What is going on, guys? Welcome back to For Misery Gaming to bring you another video today on Dragalia Lost. And today, guys, we're going to go over the brand new update and kindness. Remember, guys, kindness is coming soon. The kindness, what is it? Kindness of captivity. Yeah, so the kindness of captivity raid, I believe, is dropping. I think it was in the news. I think it's dropping on the 31st, if I'm not mistaken. But let's go into that real fast just before we go into the news of some really cool things of the update that we just got. So it is scheduled to start at 2 a.m. on October 31st, which is Halloween Day at 2 a.m. So hopefully you guys are farming up as much resources as you guys can. Place your orders for the shop if you guys need some, and if you need any discounted stones, look in the description below for our vendor that we are using. But anyway, let's go back into the news and show you guys what we have coming up. So first of all, let's go into, I believe it was update notification. I think it's, yeah, all this stuff. So this is the big thing part of the video we're going to go over. Of version 1.12 is now available as of 11 p.m. October 28th. And it looks like the update will schedule an automatic update will happen on 11 p.m. tonight. But if you guys go to your app store, you guys can definitely just go ahead and update that, and you guys will be able to get 1.2 or 1.1.2, and you guys will have all the features and adjustments. So let's start it. So the following features will have been implemented. The limit of gather wings will increase from 6 to 12 for the maximum, and the maximum you can behold at one time is from 50 to 99. Now, that is not in effect right now, so I would assume from that, what does it say that's, so I guess it is going to take place, that change will happen on tonight at 11 p.m. I'm hoping that's what it means. So that's one cool thing about Gather Wings fix. So now we're going to be able to hold up to 12 from our normal charges. So that's really, really cool. That means basically, I wonder if they're going to cut down the time. I would assume not. I would assume it's still 1 wing per hour, which still kind of sucks. But at least that's been a little adjusted. And then obviously you guys are ranking up like crazy. You guys before were getting capped at 50. Now your cap is going to be 99. So for new players, that's really awesome if you guys aren't able to get rid of your Gather Wings fast enough. And then during raid battles, adventure AI has been adjusted to perform more offensively, which is really, really cool. So I'm interested to see how raid battles are going to work when we have the event drop tomorrow night. So that's going to be really, really cool. Or not tomorrow night. Technically tomorrow night, Halloween morning. So, and then we also are going to have guests in raid battles can now receive a chance to participate in an extra battle after playing an expert raid. So that kind of was already, implemented in the solo raid, where when you co-opt expert, you now have a chance to unlock the other stage, the EX stage, which is obviously going to give you the better rewards for raids. So that's cool that they're going to keep that going forward. That not only hosting is going to give you the opportunity to get the extra stage unlocked, which is cool. And now it shows guests and raid. Yeah. Okay. So during weapon crafting, a message will now be displayed when a weapon needs to be unbound. Okay, that's just kind of a, for your information sort of thing. But we all pretty much knew that. Obviously it's not 4-star unbound rainbowed yet. So it is now taking less time before an adventurer can move after performing a gacha attack. So that's cool. That's update, to the game to where you can do more things and it's more based on skill, being able to adapt. So that is always awesome for that. The auto function now carries over the next quest. This is actually huge, and I have been still meaning to click the auto when I jump back into events, especially when farming things like Avenue of Fortune. So keep in mind, guys, you guys now are going to have to, you guys can now save time of just basically, if you guys are doing like other stuff, whether you're like doing homework or work or stuff, you can just keep hitting the begin quest button to do that. Unless you guys are obviously restarting for the rare drop on Avenue of Fortune. But if you guys are just farming like Avenue of Power or Avenue of Fortune and you're not worried about the rare drops and you're just farming because you're just going to use a lot of stamina, that's really cool. You're not going to have to keep having to hit auto every time you enter the quest. So that's really good. And then camera distance adjustments made during gameplay are maintained. Okay. I guess that means it's gonna zoom out and keep it zoomed out the whole time, because I would notice that it would zoom you in automatically as you enter a quest sometimes, and then I'd have to manually zoom out to see the map clearer. So that's cool. That's what that means. When using the optimized feature to optimize adventures with the all under element option checked, weapons and dragons that match the adventure's elements will be given priority. The amount and types of upgrade materials used when choosing auto to upgrade have been optimized, so I would assume it's not going to go overage as much as it was before. Tapping and holding the castle button at the bottom of the screen will take you directly to Castle Grounds. That's pretty cool. You don't have to go through the other screen to do that. AI adventurers will move towards Fortress Chest when the auto feature is in. This is probably the biggest thing on this whole thing, because before, if you were to auto, it would never, ever go for treasure chests. It would always go straight through. So now that's awesome, because this is really great. If you guys are still farming like story on hard, you guys can set that to full auto if your team might is high enough. If you guys have just not gotten around to getting all your wormites from story, this is probably the biggest thing for farming ruins, because ruins you don't need to really reset for rare drops like you do in Avenue of Fortune. Unless you guys are specifically farming the rare drops to get the clovers and ruins instead, then there is that. But I would honestly do that on Avenue of Fortune, just because rubies you need a lot more of in the game than probably the elemental materials. But if you're just doing your dailies to like get that, you don't even you literally can just click auto and just leave it and just let it go, just let it do its thing, because you're gonna get the chests of all the extra materials you're gonna need for the dungeon run. So that's awesome. That is huge. So that is great. The only thing it doesn't do, it does not go after crates and barrels. So keep that in mind, guys. So a lot of time in Avenue of Fortune, you can get more gold from barrels and crates. So you still may want to manually control that, you know, at those points in the mission. Required might is now a new condition for raid events. Thank freaking God. So this is amazing, because that means underpowered people can't get carried in these missions. So I was probably one of the nicest people about that, of like saying, yeah, you can come along when you're like 4,000 or 5,000 might under me, because we can still carry you. But now this is awesome, because this is going to make speed runs and place you in difficulty where you're supposed to be, where people are actually going to be hopefully on close to the same level. So like if I have if I have like a full team that's like 12,000 might, I'm going to be placed around people between 12 and 14,000 might teams. So that is awesome that they are going to do that. It's not just going to be anyone can join once you clear it once. So that is great. All right, now to the fixed issues. So tapped facilities would sometimes immediately become deselected. Tapping and holding the castle icon at the bottom of the shop on certain menus would cause the game to stop responding. Okay, and then deleted information on helper stats was not being correctly reflected at the start of quests. Okay. Attempt to switch to the upgrade menu while transitioning to other menus would sometimes result into an error. The message recommended might was mistakenly displayed instead of required might at the start of quest, in which your required might was too low. So that's cool. So it's like basically saying, okay, we messed up and we thought you could take on this mission, but you really can't. You're not there yet, guys. It was sometimes impossible to progress in mana circles. Okay. I personally haven't had any of those kind of issues before in my game, but for you guys they have addressed them. Performing certain steps in a mana circle would sometimes cause the game to become unresponsive at the load screen. Okay. In the helper menu settings, the details screen of your chosen adventure was not displaying at skill level. So that could vary for people selecting your helper. Say you did have a really high level helper, say it was Lilly, or say it was Makoto or whoever. So that's good. And then during co-op play, Zodiac would sometimes stop moving after a guest would give up. Okay. Well, that was kind of, I mean, that kind of sucks. You guys could get some easy farms there, but oh well. Alright, and the matchmaking screen for co-op play and element buff values were not being reflected on the adventure information screen. Status down effects were being amplified too much when certain adventurers use skills during co-op play. Okay, and now we move on to errors would sometimes cause when determining how much time was required to recover Gatherlings. Adventurers recovering from stun as a result of Verika's skill would not perform normal attacks, dash attacks, force strikes, and dodges. Wow. Okay, that's some really good fix for Verika, and that's going to become really handy for this raid because a lot of people are going to be using her. Okay, in the pending request menu, accepting or denying requests from the bottom of the screen would cause the list display to become corrupted. Okay, did not know that. When looking at the detail screen of your friends' adventures, their equipment was not being displayed properly, and the graphics settings menu selecting good or sharp was making 4 strikes difficult to perform, so that's always good. 4 strikes have been like a big issue in the game, as far as not being used. You know, they weren't being used correctly in the game. The game wasn't performing them how they should be. Alright, the English language display was displaying line breaks in the middle of certain words. Okay, that's just for dialogue stuff, not really too important. Quests shown on the tip screens were displaying the incorrect suggested might. Okay, that's a really good thing too. The facility level was not taking the smithy level into account when trying to level smithy. I personally haven't had that issue either. Alright, and then the very last part, finally, it may take some time for the update information to be reflected in the store. Users may not be able to perform the update due to their device's data cache being full. If you're unable to perform the update, restart your device, wait a few minutes, and then attempt to re-download the store. Alright, so now let's go back into some other things that have been added. So this is shop maintenance. It just says the shop will be undergoing maintenance during the following period. All features other than the shop will be playable during this time. So that's showing that you're not going to be able to buy in-game items during the 30th, October 30th from 1:50 a.m. to 2 a.m. That's only for like 10 minutes, it looks like, is the maintenance period. I can't imagine that our maintenance is only going to be for 10 minutes, though. That's like really strange. But the shop, I guess, is the only thing that's going to be down for those periods. But anyway, okay, so tech issues. After updating to version 1.1.2, playing the following campaign chapters caused the game to lag. We're currently investigating this issue. Any further updates to the issue will be added to the notice. Okay, so no list of like compensation or anything, unfortunately, for that. All right, issue regarding high Midgard or HMS. All right, there we go. So the issue with HMS is we have found an issue in which High Midgard Storm Chaser is dealing more hits than it should. We are currently investigating the issue. Any further updates? So we need to be getting some more compensation. Every time we've had this trial has had so many issues of they were like, oh, it's way too hard, or it's not doing what it's supposed to. Before it wasn't stunning, and now they're like, okay, we don't want to stun as much. Basically, they're saying it's too hard again, so I would expect they're going to give some kind of wormite or stamina items probably for compensation. So I would think we're probably going to get that during the update when all that stuff happens, is what I would think when the event comes. They're probably going to do a lot of that kind of stuff. But anyway, guys, whoa, that was a lot of stuff to cover. A lot of stuff to cover. But anyway, guys, lots of cool stuff. So definitely hop into the game. You're definitely going to notice some awesome changes with autoplay. Things like that. So hope you guys all enjoy the new updates. It's really awesome that Nintendo and Cygames are doing some really good, not just updates as far as like new content for the game, things like that, but as far as improvements of quality of life, of making the game functionality better for the users is always great. If they could only fix the summoning in the system, I know this game would be on fire and a lot of people would come back to the game. I know a lot of people did quit because they're trying to do the free-to-play life, and it is hard. Like, I'm not going to lie. But the thing to keep in mind, guys, there are a lot of 4 stars that you guys will pull as a free-to-play player that are insanely useful. Like, Carl is a very good replacement in this event for Ezzelith. Verica is probably the best healer all around in the game, period. Like, she outshines Hildegard as far as healing goes. So, keep that in mind, guys. You guys don't have to have every single 5-star banner unit. 4 stars can get the job done, especially if you guys put your resources into them. So keep that in mind as you guys are playing the game, and don't be, defeated if you guys don't get that banner unit every single banner every 2 weeks or so. But thank you guys so much for checking out the channel. As always, subscribe if you guys are new to the 4Misery Gaming channel for some more Dragalia Lost awesome content. And we'll see you guys for sure when the raid drops, and I should be still making another video tomorrow as far as some resource grinding to do when we have downtime in the game. But thank you guys so much, as always, for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next Dragalia Lost video. Peace out, guys.